So for the end of my senior year, I was super disappointed that there could be no graduation, there couldn't be a prom, especially since I'd already mentally prepared for those things, and that was kind of the reward for completing high school. And I remember my roommate and I talking back in March being like, well, this won't affect college. And so with that being said, we were very disappointed come August when college was also ruined as well.
My father was the first person in his family to go to college. He always goes like, college is the best years of your life and you're gonna be free and you can do whatever you want and it's your life now. Crickets, like, when will my life start? I feel like you're just jumping off the diving board and it's like 3 inches of water and you crack your head open and it's all over before it even starts.
Going into this semester, I was definitely nervous. I definitely felt like I was going to have more in-person opportunities on campus than I actually did. But me and my friends are definitely trying to make it work, and I'm still super excited.
So living on campus is, I imagine, very different from what it's normally like. There's a lot of new ways to meet people. My favorite thing to do is to go down to McKeldin, usually with like a small group of friends, and then one of us sees someone we know, we meet like another group of people or something.
You have to start to make connections in weird places where you wouldn't usually make connections because there is like such a gap. Clubs, sitting in the cafeteria, going to parties, going off campus, all of that is cut off to you.
So my first couple of classes have definitely been a struggle. Lots of technical difficulties. There have been over 100 students in almost all of my classes. So that has definitely brought up some problems. The professors just don't seem to have a great grip on things quite yet. So it's kind of hard as a student to have, your bearings straight when the professors themselves don't have theirs.
I'd say my biggest concern is very personal. When it comes to online learning, staring at a computer screen versus being in class makes it much harder to focus. I have ADD and I've talked to a lot of other people that have ADD, and for the most part they've kind of reciprocated this, is that when you're looking at a computer screen for class, it's a lot harder to pay attention.
I have 2 things in person. I have University 100 and I have Chem Lab 132, and both of them are lovely and I wouldn't trade them for the world. It's so great. Tuesdays, I'm like, this is my Starbucks day and I'm gonna get dressed, finally put on pants for the first time this week. And I walk to ESJ and I sit down, I'm like, this is a lecture hall and this is how it's supposed to be.
I thought that at this time this year we would be back home already. So I'm actually pretty proud of the UMD community as a whole, and if I'm being honest, I didn't have a ton of faith in UMD. I thought, a couple frat parties and we'd be shut down pretty quickly, but our cases are still coming up at a lower rate than the general Maryland population, I believe, at this point. We're still on campus. Obviously cases are rising, but I actually think we're doing much better than I expected.
I've just learned to not take things for granted, but also that things can be way worse. I only know 2 people who have had coronavirus, and I'm so fortunate to not have anyone in my family who has had it. I'm just so lucky that my family is safe and healthy, but also to not take all the good things in life for granted.
I think everyone has found like the little tiny things that gets them through it. I have my hedgehog. I don't need anything else. I sit and I watch the Netflix with Ella, my hedgehog. She's sitting here in the little pouch and that's all I need.
I've always looked forward to being in college, on a college campus, and I'm pretty grateful that I do get that opportunity here. But it's really just finding the little things that are somewhat normal for college life, going out and like hanging out with people, meeting people, even if it's just at McKeldin or whatever it is. But it's those classic college experiences that you still get to have living on campus. It's just adjusted to either you're socially distancing or you're with a small group hanging out somewhere. So yeah, it's just being in college. It's still fun even if it's online.